Recording in progress. All right, so I'm being recorded. The backs of your heads are being recorded. So don't worry if you have issues with the backs of your heads being recorded. You may just want to sit back further outside of the camera zone, but don't worry, nobody knows who you are. They just know who I am. Or do you? I'm Dr. Michael Eamon. I'm the principal of Catharine Parr Traill College, and I want to welcome all of you here in all of our Zoom rooms and people who may be watching this later as a recording, or it was so good you want to watch it again. If you're watching this for a second time, thanks for coming out. It's great to see you. I'm the principal here of Traill College, and I want to welcome you to Traill College. Traill is a super special place. First of all, some of you may have heard this before, but Traill is on the traditional lands of the Mississauga Anishinaabe. That's the Anishinaabe peoples that have been here for time out of memory. And what's really cool about Traill College is that there was a portage that went all the way from Shamong Lake over there to Little Lake in downtown Peterborough. And that portage is where people got out of their boats and then they transported their goods, their commodities, and their ideas for thousands of years. And so it's pretty cool that we are right on that portage route, and that today, this is a space of exchange. Just like people exchange commodities and goods, we exchange ideas. So I want to say how grateful and honored I am to be on the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe, and I hope that we can honor the teachings of the land. Traill College was where Trent began. Trent began here over 55 years ago on this spot. Trent University was a downtown university to begin with, and then expanded. So many of you, most of your first year classes will be on the extension of Trent, which is way up 8 kilometers north of here. But this is where it all began. And this is where we believe the spirit of Trent continues, is right down here at Traill College. When it began, and some people already know this, it was an all-women's college. They named it after Catharine Parr Traill, who was a prominent woman in the 19th century. She was a woman who, well, had one foot firmly placed in the arts. She wrote a lot. She was part of a bunch of sisters that wrote a lot and were quite famous in England. And she had one foot firmly placed in the sciences. She was a botanist. She took good notes of all the flora that she saw around her, all the plants. And so no better person to name Trent's first college after than a woman who bridged the arts and the sciences. And that's what this whole collegiate experience is about. It's for people to meet people not only from Ajax and Antigua and all sorts of places, but all sorts of interests as well. And they all come together in this great kind of shaker called Traill College. And every college is the same way, but we think Traill is a bit special. This college also was for women only at the beginning. Now, why was that? Were we trying to be exclusive? No. Inclusivity is what Traill College is all about. And back in the 60s, there was issues about barriers. And we have barriers today to learning for many people. But back then, the biggest barrier was women were not allowed or not encouraged to go to university. And so Traill College was a women-only college to empower and let women sing and speak and discuss and feel safe and be at university. Well, we became co-ed in the 1970s, but that soul is still here at Traill College. The idea that is a space of empowerment, a space for diverse voices, regardless of your gender, your orientation, what you believe, Traill College is here for you. And I'm the current principal. There's a whole lot of principals before me. I'm the current principal, but my job is to ensure that this is a safe, engaging, but most importantly, a fun space. Because we are all here together, and I've mentioned this before, we are all here, we have something in common. And the thing we have in common is we all believe that education is important, and higher education. We all believe that. So you may disagree with someone's opinion, you may not like the ideas they have, but you have to say, you know what? We're the same, because we think education will make us better. And here's the real kicker. When we're better, then we can make the lives of other people better. And that's what Traill College is about. It's about empowerment. It's about self-betterment. There is a little logo here. You know, we'll have a scarf ceremony. Everybody's getting a scarf. It's kind of like Oprah. You get a scarf, and you get a scarf, and you get a scarf. Everybody's going to get a scarf. But it's COVID, so we didn't get a scarf, and we didn't get a scarf, and the stuff's still coming in from China. So guess what? You won't get a scarf until we have a scarf ceremony later on in the year. but you will. And on it, it has our motto, Nunc cognosco ex parte. Now, who here has heard this before? What does the Latin Nunc cognosco ex parte mean? Anyone? Amanda? Now I know in part, that's what you said. And you're like, worst motto ever. But you know what? It really is actually kind of special because it means I admit I don't know everything. And that's a huge admission. To know that you don't know everything, that's what learning is all about. And so we are proud, not know-it-alls, but know-it-alls are jerks. You don't want to know a know-it-all unless they're kind of like doing a big land deal and they're your lawyer or something like that. Then you want kind of a know-it-all. But you actually want to be a proud know-it-some. And that's what Traill College is about, admitting that you know a little bit. I could go on, and I will go on, so I'm going to stop soon. I'm a professor, and in fact, here at Trent University, it's kind of a rarefied environment. We all believe in the power of education, and you also will be surrounded for the first time in your life by tons of doctors. Almost everybody you know is a doctor, but don't fall and hurt yourself because we're useless kind of in the medical realm. There's a lot of education here, but not a lot of being able to set a broken leg knowledge going on here. So be careful. But what I'm trying to say is that the people that you interact with will be people who've dedicated their lives to something. Now, again, you may not agree with everything they have to say, but you have to respect that they've dedicated their entire life to either educating you or educating themselves about a topic. And now you are on this journey too. So it's going to be exciting. And I want people to have fun. And we have lots of activities at the college. We have lots of staff to help you out on this journey. I'm going to introduce some of those staff right now. So, hey staff, how are you doing? Good. The college is not just, people are like, what is these colleges all about? I went to university, now I'm in college. This doesn't make sense. Colleges are the oldest form of putting people together in a university. It's like taking a huge university and making it livable and small by having itty bitty communities. And since the word community is totally overused, we use the word college. And this is your college community, not just for your first year, not just for the people in residence. It's going to be your community for every year. And we have a whole staff here to help you on that journey from matriculation, that's when you start today, you matriculate, to graduation. We're here for that whole journey. So I'd like to first introduce our college assistant, Samantha. She's going to say who she is. I don't want to put anyone on the spot, because that's not my thing, but I will. So she's going to introduce who she is, and then talk a little bit. So where you
Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Samantha Parrott. As Michael has mentioned, I'm the Traill College assistant. I am actually located over in Scott House, which is the white building just over here. I'm just inside the doors is my office, and I look forward to meeting each and every one of you this year. And if you have any questions about the college, about planning events, booking rooms, anything like that, or just any generic questions, feel free to drop in, say hello, introduce yourself, and just ask questions at any point in time. Okay.
Thanks, Sam. Samantha is awesome. She forgot to mention that, but she's incredible and she runs this place. I just kind of stand here and talk and she does all the work. So it's great to see you, Samantha, and she will help you with everything that you need help with. If Samantha's not around and you have questions of a general nature, you can ask any of our staff, but they also have specialties as well. Our professional staff are really good at helping you. So I'd like to introduce Jackie Arcetto up to talk a little bit about what she does as our academic advisor and how that helps you out.
Feels so official with a microphone and everything, hey? So I'm Jackie. I'm the academic advisor here at Traill. I'm attached to you. Oh,
Sorry, I don't
I'm gonna stand closer. No, that's great. It's all good.
We really do like each other.
Hopefully you felt that we have a lot of fun at Traill. Like that's the most important thing. You're here for your academics, yes, but we're all here to support you on your academic journey, which to us involves a lot of fun. So you'll hear us laughing in Scott House. You'll hear us like outside. Our laughter is hopefully infectious. Hopefully you feel the vibe of fun here. Advising, so I describe it as like we're partners on your educational journey with you. And I'm going to talk with you a bit more at 11 today about what advising does here. But what I do want to mention is if you're looking for us, so you actually have 2 advisors at Traill just for a few months. So I'm a know it some, and I'm doing my own. I'm doing another grad degree right now. So I'm only actually working 1 day a week. And you can find me over in Wallace Hall. Then my colleague, Jamie Mayton, who's not here right now, she's using my office over in Scott House. So you'll find that Scott House is really a hub for, that's where Dr. Eamon's office is. That's where Samantha's office is, the college office, Sue, who will be introduced next. And the main advising office is over in Scott House. So hi, bye from me. I'm only working 1 day a week, so you'll see me around, but you'll probably have more interactions with Jamie, who I'm sure you'll get to know as you wander around this place. It's quite small, so it's easy to bump into us and create some familiar faces. So nice to meet you, and I'll chat with you all soon at 11.
Thank you, Jackie. Jackie's a great exemplar, right? A lifelong learner. Keep on learning, keep on doing more degrees. That's what we're on the journey. It's kind of fun. I'm talking about lifelong learners. Dr. Sue Beckwith is someone who also, kind of like me, kind of like Jackie, keeps on adding on the degrees. So Sue is our academic skills coordinator, and Dr. Beckwith will help you with so many things. So do you mind saying a few words?
Yeah, I do find it odd to actually talk with a microphone and a mask. I find it's just an odd experience. I've never done it before because we weren't here last year. We were at home working from home. So this is a new experience for me. The other thing that I find odd with masks, and I noticed a few people wear glasses, they get fogged up with the glasses. And thank heavens I'm not a surgeon. Like I'm a doctor, but I'm not a surgeon and I wouldn't be able to see what I'm doing. So that is a good thing that I'm not actually a doctor, medical doctor. Anyways, I'm here as your academic skills instructor. I'm located over at Scott House with everyone else. And I just really love helping students. So book an appointment with me, come and see me. You can do it via Zoom. You can email me your papers. You can actually come and have an appointment with me in my office. I've got a nicely set up office that good social distancing and all that sort of stuff. So you can certainly come and talk to me about your academic side. So I do a lot of things like time management and how to do study skills. You folks have probably never, or very, maybe in a distant past, you've actually sat down in a large hall and had an in-person exam. It's going to be a new experience this year. So come and talk to me. You might want to have some tips about how to study for an in-person exam. I also do a lot of writing skills. So please come and see me at the Academic Skills Office over in Scott House. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sue. Thank you. It's great. You can see we have a friendly, well-versed professional staff that is here to help you. Is Andrew, are you still around, Andrew? Did he leave us? I think he did. Okay, well, you heard it from Andrew Harris before. You won't be able to put a name to the face, but Andrew is the residence life coordinator. So if you are in residence, he's the person that Dawn's report to. So again, if you need, he mentioned, talked about himself a bit earlier, being at Zosky College where his office is. If you need help from the residence life coordinator, that's for our resident students. Well, thank you guys for introductions. And I don't want to belabor this. I don't want to go on too much. I just want to say a few more words. This college life, this university life is going to be fun, but it's also going to be difficult. And you're going to run into problems. And as much as I want to share your achievements, and I do, and we do lots of ceremonies and activities to share your achievements, I'm also here, and we're also here to share when things don't go well. And that's the whole point, right? A Trent University degree will get you a job. Tell all your parents, are you watching, parents, mom? Yes, your child will get a job. But you know the most important thing about a Trent University degree? It will help you when you don't get the job. When something goes wrong in your life, maybe you lose somebody special, you will get resiliency skills that we're going to all help you with to build to be the best person ever, you know, that you can be. So we are all in Scott. We're in Banyani Hall right now. This is our main hall. It's actually our law lab too. For anyone in the law program, we have mock trials and courts and things in here. If you need help, come visit the rest of us in Scott House, and that's where the professional staff is all based. Scott House, named after Jeanette Scott. We put their money where the mouths are. Every house here is named, every hall, after a professional and dynamic woman. So again, it's this idea that at the spirit of Traill College, we accept everyone, but we also put our money where our mouth is and believe in empowerment of people. So before I wrap it up, I might open it up for a couple questions, or if anyone has any thing to ask about this. But most importantly, I just want you to enjoy your experience. And just so you know, I talked about matriculation. Traill Trent University is formed off of British universities. Oxford, Cambridge, you might have heard of that one. Durham, not Durham in Oshawa, but Durham University in England. That's what Trent University was formed off of, this kind of collegiate, special way of doing things to uplift and to support people. So I want you to know that the word matriculation goes back to those universities. Matriculation is when you go from high school to university. And so you're the class of 2021. Don't let anyone tell you any different. You're not the class of when you graduate. That's crazy talk. Your education doesn't end. There's no best before date on an education. You are the class of 2021. This is when it starts. And when you become an alumni, you'll put your name hyphen 21, because this is where your higher education journey starts and never ends. One last thing I want to say to you before we open it up to some questions is, being at Traill, we're downtown, and this is especially to the resident students out there, but this is for everyone. We are not on the main campus. And as a first-year student, most of the courses are happening on the main campus. We have great bus routes and things, so don't worry about that. But there's huge FOMO. People are always like, what are they doing on the main campus? I'm missing out. Oh, I'm missing out on the main campus. Well, get that out of your head right now, because FOMO is the curse of this generation, the curse of my generation, this idea that I'm missing out on something. Forget about missing out on something else. Be present where you are. Remember that we're doing fun things here. And so forget about FOMO, think about FOBAT. Fun of being at Traill. So forget FOMO, always think of FOBAT, and you won't go wrong. Lovely to meet you all. Thank you. That's the formal part. If we have, maybe we'll stop the recording, and then we can bring it down a notch and ask some questions if you have it. Is the recording stopped?